can glibly say to you that you're expanding and this is the standard that you want to find harmony with, and you really have to get to a place where you don't give a rip what anybody else thinks, because there's too many moving parts. And if you're trying to stand on your head to please that one or that one or that one or that one or that one, you really can only have one person in your life like that, because if there are two and they want something slightly different, then you don't know what to do. But all of that is, while it is law-based, it's not the easiest thing in the world for you to make work in your life, because the fact of it is, there are a lot of people in your life, and a lot of people do hold you as their object of attention, and a lot of people do have a response to things you do and things you say and things you think. In other words, you're getting constant feedback. So if you've been trained, like most people do, to try to offer behavior that produces pleasing responses from them, then life's really busy for you. Your parents taught that to you early on. If you please them, they smile. If you don't please them, they punish you in some way. And without meaning to, they were well-meaning in every case, they trained you away from your own guidance system. And the thing that's tricky about that is that as you try to please that one, no matter what it is, there is a strong possibility that you are defying what you have actually put into your own vibrational reality, that your own source energy is calling you towards. So you really have come to a rather strong decision that is of great value when you say, I've decided that it matters most to me how I feel, because it matters most to me that I'm in alignment with Source. But then it turns out that it all kind of fits together nicely, because for you to be in alignment with Source, you must think loving and appreciative thoughts of whoever is your object of attention. And when you're thinking loving and appreciative thoughts of whoever is your object of attention, the law of attraction matches you up with things that feel really good to both of you. In other words, these laws really do not betray you in any way. Here's an interesting way of approaching this. So someone says, I want to be appreciated. So let's say this person who wants to be appreciated looks to a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a mother or someone and wants to be appreciated. But that person, for whatever reason, isn't appreciating them. Now, when we say for whatever reason, what we really mean is you're not evoking it, and so law of attraction is not matching you up with it. But when you're not being appreciated, it feels to you like it's their fault. They should be more appreciating. Because if they were really doing their job, they would appreciate me regardless of the vibe I'm giving off. Which isn't true, but that's the way you feel when you're not in the vortex. So then let's say this person who wants to be appreciated but isn't being appreciated says to their inner being, or to Abraham, that person won't appreciate me, so I would like you to. I want to feel your appreciation. Well, now the interesting thing about reaching to your source for appreciation is that you gotta be in the vicinity of your source in order to feel it. Because your source is offering it all the time. That's the appreciation we want you to be reaching for, not from the peanut gallery. But now, hear how this plays out. So, okay, Abraham, I want to feel your appreciation. So I'm going to tune myself to feeling your appreciation. Guess what happens when you tune yourself to feeling the appreciation of your source? Your lover appreciates you too, because it was you all along. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Oh, now you appreciate me. Now I've tuned myself to Source. Oh, now you'll appreciate me. Where were you when I needed you? Well, that's just the way the laws of the universe work, you see. So when you say, I'm not going to give a rip what anyone thinks, we want to modify that by saying, you can't help but care about them because you've put so much of them in your vortex. You have created a version of them in your vibrational reality. And the version of them, oh, this is so good. The version of them that you've put into your vibrational reality is someone who loves, and someone who's stable, and someone who's sure, and someone who knows you and loves you and wants to be with you. That's the version of them that you've put there, you see. And so it's your job to see that version, and only that version, no matter how they're behaving. And that's the tricky thing, because some of them are loud. some of them are just really in your face, not behaving the way you'd like them to behave. But you have to hold to your picture of what you are wanting, or put yourself in a place where at least you're not seeing so much of what you don't want. Don't you think that's a good way of looking at this? That when you reach for the love that Source will always give you, in order to find it, you got to tune yourself to it. And when you tune yourself to it, then only that part of others can show themselves to you. That's why we say, line up with who you are, and then everything else takes care of itself. Law of attraction sees to it. Listen to this. Your vibrational reality, which is manifestation yet to come, but vibration already in place, from our point of view, is present tense. And your reality that you're living right now, boom, there it went again, 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 there it went again. Past tense, past tense, past tense doesn't mean diddly squat. It's already done its work. It put it here. This is where it's at.
I agree.
All that matters is how you feel now, because now and how you feel is the juncture where you meet you. How you doing? I'm lonely. Then you're not doing well. I'm ornery. Then you're not doing well. I'm hopeful. Better. I'm overwhelmed. Not so good. I'm hopeful. Better. In other words, how you doing? How you doing? As we said to someone earlier, our best work is to soothe your resistance. So we start to soothe your resistance by telling you the unequivocal, undeniable law that never gets squirrely on you. Now, if you want to give us some details, we'll help you soothe your resistance. You can only get negative feedback from people outside the vortex.
I agree.
So why would you care what someone out of the vortex says to you when it's 100% probability of it being negative? So where do we suggest you get your feedback from? Source. And what do you think Source is saying about that? We really want to jump in here so that you get it. You care what they think.
I agree.
That's like asking someone who doesn't have any money to give you a loan. This is the reason you feel so bad. It hasn't got anything to do with them. It's that you have expectations of yourself that when you give attention to their negative rating takes you apart from who you are. It's not their statistics that are messing you up. It's your own. In other words, this will feel a little off the subject, but it really isn't. It's right on. Someone will say, this rascal, often it's a lover or an employer, this person has made me so frustrated and angry, and in the process I have asked for this and asked for this and asked for this. So that person is responsible for enormous expansion. My vortex is spinning faster and my inner being is standing taller because of that rascally rascal. So that person is the reason that I expanded. And that person is also the reason that I don't take my expansion, because I'm looking and listening to what that person says.
Correct.
So we think you had a good idea in the beginning not to give a rip what that person thinks. But that's not going far enough. You have to thank them and their trouble for the expansion that they affected in you. You see, you're not upset because their rating of you isn't pleasing them. You're upset because your attention to their negativity is not who you are. Can you feel that?
Yes.
And you said some words that were very telling in that, because you kept saying, my perception and their perception. Their perception of me doesn't measure up to my perception of me. And we say, no, that's not what it is. Your perception of you isn't matching up to your perception of you. They are irrelevant. They were only fodder for your expansion.
Thank you.
Because it's so interesting. That's like having a really contrasting person really make you expand and then feel bad that they're not at the vortex party. They can't come to the vortex party. They were the trouble that made you expand, you see. And you're needing them to come and celebrate with you. Your success is off base because that's not where they're vibrating right now. And you have to let that be all right and love them for the important part they did play in your expansion. You know what the best part of the vortex is?
Tell me.
The best part of the vortex is going in. Because after you're in there a while, you get bored. Really, the best part of the vortex is going in, which makes those troublemakers really important to your exhilarating life, because they make trouble and out you go, and then you make your way back in, and whoo, how good it feels. And you get to go to a new place because they prodded you into expansion. So what you really want to do is thank all of them. Write letters to all of them. You especially were the most troubling one of all. And therefore, I credit you with the majority of my expansion in the year 2009. And I'm so looking forward to completely ignoring your opinion of me in the year 2010 in order to reap the benefit of all that you helped me to achieve in 2009. You reach the place where you understand that you are creator and that there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. And that everything that is occurring in your experience is by your choice and by your choice alone. And so we are just suggesting that if you will make the way you feel a high, 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 in fact, the highest, in fact, the singular priority, how I feel, nothing is more important than that I feel good. Because nothing is more important than that I be in the vortex. Because nothing is more important than that I be a cooperative component to who I have become. Because when I'm not a cooperative component to who I have become, I'm not who I have become. In other words, doesn't that make perfect sense to you? You are creators. You didn't come to fix a broken world. It isn't broken. You came to explore it and to expand it. You came as eternal consciousness. So we want you to understand that as source energy, as we see you here in your physical experience, and you are giving birth to all kinds of new rockets of desires, we embrace those rockets and we hold steadily to the new place that you have carved out. We have access to the benefit that you provide. And then we stand as that steady signal so that you can find your way into alignment with it. Sometimes people say, so you're using us, eh? We're here doing all of this sifting and sorting. Sometimes they say, well, Abraham, why don't you come and be physical? Why don't you come and be physical? And we so want you to understand that that which you are is that which we are, and that which we are is that which you are. In other words, there is not a separation between us other than the temporary separation that you provide when you stand in negative emotion. In other words, it's all by your choice of thought that you hold yourself far too long outside the vortex. So we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. We're going to offer everything that we can offer to coax you in the direction of your vortex. We stand in complete, never-ending appreciation for wherever you are standing, because we reap the benefit of everything you ask for. So some might say we do have the better end of this stick because we stand in the place getting to receive the benefit of all of your sifting and sorting and expanding. But we want you to understand that this vibrational place where we stand, this place of love always, this place of constant knowing and appreciation, this place of riding the fastest wave into the new realm of expansion, it's there for you too. In other words, you get to ride these rockets. When you feel elation, when you feel shivers running through you, what you're actually feeling is what we're feeling. We just want you to tune yourself to that more. We want you to experience the joy of the life that you have carved out, as we do. So, what do you want to talk about? You've come to talk about some things. We're going to have a wonderful day here together.